and they will take them. Indeed, we knew that it was the beginning of their end. Most of them never went very far, and a lot of them were sexually abused and other abuses. Thank you so much for bringing respectability to this. My children, my girls, they are grown up. Today, I would not have been afraid or apprehensive if they wanted to join the Miss Malawi context. Because I know they will not be abused. So all the men here, please, let us look at our girls. Let us look at our women beyond the physical beauty. We must look at their capability. I said I will say something, part of my background. I am here today because I had parents that encouraged us. I remember when I was young, my father bought a lot of books. I remember those big books. There was one, I think it was like a magazine, a periodic, and there was one for Indira Gandhi, another one for Golden Bear, and another one for a certain Indian lady who was an outlaw. She was with the bandits and terrorizing people. She was in the jungle. Oh, that was by him. I liked her strength. I liked her resilience. And when I was growing up, we lived in the falls. Next to us, there was Miss Independence. Something I can't remember, Akuda. And I would stand and look at her as she passed by our house. I was quite young. I was just reflecting how old I was. I think I was about 6 years. Nevertheless, my mother saw that I was bored. She used to send me to the market. I would quickly rush and get a few things. But then I heard that there was a woman medical doctor from Zimbabwe. She was Dr. Jota. So, from the market at Lirongo, you know where the prison is, there was a shortcut. I don't know if it's still there. I will run and just go around at the hospital looking. And when she passed, I will follow her and look at her and marvel at her. So it is important really for us to have role models. And also, let us not allow circumstances, be how unfortunate they are, to define us. You know, one of the panelists said that her mother died, but she did not allow that to define her and to keep her in a particular place. She rose up because when my father died, I was in my 3rd or 4th year at the university. And I was there, I think I was looking for sympathy. One day, my lecturer, Honorable Louis Chimango, called me and he said, "Why is your performance going down?" I said, "But you know, my father died." He said, "You know, your father has died, but life goes on." Whatever happens in our lives, you know, our parents, those that support us, they may leave this world, but God created you for a purpose. And you are the dream of God to become what He has purposed you will become. So God works in partnership. He has got a future for us, and we are His partner by doing what is right. inuyo atsikana kumuona munthu wamkulu ngati ine ndinadutsanso mu ubwana wanga ndi utsikana wanga. Koma tisalole zinthu zimene zatizungulira zitipangitse ife kuti tisapite patsogolo. Ineyo ndina manga fundo kunena kuti ndikamanena chinthu no matter what makamaka pa anthu amuna sindilirayi sindigwetsa msozi. Ndimaona kulira ndi kugwetsa msozi mukufuna attention and men get broken ndi misozi mukapeza kubwera pepani and pepani mucha akachita papewa kukafika yapa pepani. Tiyeni tikhale wochilimika. We should be bold. We should know what we want. Tidziwe chimene tikufuna. Tikayika mtima wathu pamenepo ndiye kuti tikachita bwino. Zinthu za negative zimene zimatipatsitsa zimatifikira tizitenga kuti ndi ma stepping stones. Ine pamene ndimakula tsitsi langa linali lambiri ndimakanika kupesa. Amandinena kuti ndili ndi tsitsi ngati khonje. Ndiye ndimalira tsiku lina ndinapita kukapemphera Ambuye bwanji munandipatsa chitsitsi chachonje. Ndiye chifukwa cha chimenecho ndinamva anti yanga akuyankhula amanena za ukwati. Akunena kuti ayi tisatenge maemuyi chifukwa ngosakuongola tione ndi chitsitsi chakechi koma titenge uyu. I was hurt. But one day mai yanga anatiuza nthano yokuti ukaipa dziwa nyimbo sindinena mwambi umene ndinati ine ndine wosakongola koma ndidziwa kuimba nyimbo ndilimbikira.
Miss Malawi International Women's Day means a lot to me, especially the theme this year, Giving to Get, because I'm all about giving. I founded an organization. It's called Sustainable Fashion and Women Empowerment, where I invest in women by empowering them in skill development, education, but also economic empowerment. So today I thought it wise to have this event where I bring together different students from different secondary schools, but also some women from my organization, of course, and also bring together different inspiring women from our communities that are high profile so that they can inspire these women. So in that way, we are investing, and hopefully in the long run, it's going to have impact. It's very important. As a dreamer myself, I always tell other young people to dream boldly and always believe in yourself, because you see, self-belief starts with the word self, because you cannot find it in anybody else but yourself. Because when you seek for external validation or when you're waiting for other people to believe in yourself, it cannot work. I myself wanted to be Miss Malawi since as young as I was 10 or 9, and here I am today. I always wanted to work in the fashion industry. Here I am today, working in the fashion industry, but also giving back to my community using the same fashion industry. So I always tell my fellow young women to always dream boldly.
when the vice president came, when she was giving her speech, she was talking about her hair being, kuti inalilonyasa and kwa makanga zota wasa kumano she had a dream towards kuimba ngati she was a singer, and that was my favorite part. Ine jandiphunzitsa kwambiri kuti ngati kwasika nafe timazionera pansi kumati I can't do this, I can't do that. So ine jandiphunzitsa kwambiri kuti ndizizikhala zoona kuti I should have high confidence, have self-esteem, chimene ndifuna ndizakhale pasogolo. Papanga empower because I know we should have more programs like this. Ndizikharukumana waphunzitsa azimai ndasikana kuti they should be more independent. The challenges as girls of my age were facing like kwililidwa kuti ngati zoti timati kamacho kwa school kuti madusa njira zosiyana-siyana. Sometimes timaulika mwina mochedwa like chama 5 and then tikamapita ku nyumba timathokumana ndi anthu osiyana-siyana. Ena ayo makazi oti the evil minded matopeza zoti asikanena kugwirilidwa and chikhoza kupempha zona kuti muna nthawi yo atomba arayipanga kuti ngati ndisiweli kwako nthawi yabwino.
My favorite thing that I liked the vice president, the way she was speaking things that got him. She was encouraging us to work hard so that maybe one day we should be like her. And those things have helped me where we should work hard so that one day we should be like those women who were in front of us. My role model is Dr. Redefining because I liked her. Because even I want to be a doctor so that I can help people in Malawi.
There was a lot which I have learned today, but there were few people who really have inspired me. As I go outside there, I think my life will change. For example, I really like the speech of Janet in Dambi. She said that she was passionate to be what she wants, and she truly, genuinely became that. As well as the Miss Malawi, Tandy. In her speech, I have learned a lot, from a dream to a reality. A dream is not just a dream, but a dream can become something that the world can see. As well as from Madam Jenny Ansa, the Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, she is my role model. I want to become a lawyer. So from the way she is right now, from the position she is holding, she has given me to be more confident than I am already. That as I go outside there, I will tell my dad, I met her. I saw her face to face and we did take a picture. It is a great honor or a great thing to call students because we young people, we do not have access to see role models. For example, I do not have access to have a phone. So I cannot have access to see people outside the world. But today's event has made me to see a lot of people, has made me to see that the world is not just the way I see the world, but the world, there is more in the world. There are a lot of challenges that girls are facing outside the world. For example, in our homes, there is discrimination, whereby parents themselves prefer to favor boy child. For example, the way chores are distributed at home is somehow biased. So I feel it's a challenge because some girls who lack confidence in themselves, they may feel like they are lost. They may feel like they are not part of it. The message I have from what I have learned today, a dream is not just a dream, but a dream can become a reality if you truly, genuinely believe and work toward that. Tandy is part of it, and she too has told me a dream is not just a dream, but a dream can be a reality.
Zimera phunzira msiku la lero zindipindulira kundipangisa kuti ndikasinthe kuchoka pa mlingo wina kufikira pa mlingo wina potengera ndi mmene ndaonera azimayi anzanga amene anayima kutsogoloku aliyense amafotokoza mmene ulimi kapena mmene chimene ali chamuthandizira ndi inenso zandithandiza kuti pochoka pano pakwanisa zaka 5 zikubwerazi ndizakhalenso nane ndi choonesa ku anthu kuti inenso nditapita malo ena ake kukaphunzira kukamva mapangiro osiyanasiyana ena amakamba za ulimi ena amakamba za sukulu kuti anafika nayo patali bwanji inenso ndakhala mmodzi olimbikitsika kuti kamatha zaka 5 ndikhala onetsa kuti pa zaka 5 paja ndikhale kuti nanenso moyo wanga wasinthika potengera kuti popeza ine ndimakwanisa kusoka ndi ntchito yanga yakudera nkofunikira kopambana chifukwa chonena kuti ineyo ndakwanitsa kudziwako mwanzimayi mmodzi amapereka chisazo kuti iye ali ndi famu inde amakhala ku famu amalima amakolola mbewu zosiyanasiyana zimene zimampangitsa kuti azikhala ndi ndalama zokwanisa kudya pakhomo pake mabizinesi sake aziyende chifukwa kuti ali ndi kuthekera nde inenso ndalimbikitsika kunena zoti ukakhala munthu oziyimira pawekha sumadziyang'anira pasi komanso umakwanitsa kufikira mlingo umene payo wekha sukanatha koma chifukwa kuti walimbikira ndi kuchilimika pa ntchito zosiyanasiyana.
Event actually is very important, especially because it has incorporated girls from different secondary schools, and I feel that when the girls are able to come together like this and see women who are doing commendable things in the society here in Malawi, they can be able to say, okay, it means in the next 5 years I can become someone like that and not to look down on themselves. So I feel that this is a very good platform, especially also considering that here in Malawi, a majority of the population is young people. So if we're talking about empowering women in leadership, we can't start when the people are already grown up. We need to start that empowerment while they're already in the secondary schools for them to grow into the leaders that we wanted them to be. Women meeting together like this, you share ideas, right? For us to grow, especially when we talk about empowerment, we can't have empowerment just of one person. When we all come together as women, we share the ideas, we see who is doing what in the society. That's what is going to help us to move forward, because we are going forward as a group, not as individuals. For me, especially even when we look at the activity that we've had today, because I'm here because somebody else invested in me. I had mentors, I had people that I was looking up to. So for me, I'm also taking that same experience that I've had and giving it to the younger generation who are coming up, and those are going to be the leaders. We have come a long way, especially in terms of celebrating the achievements of women. So as women, we need to support and celebrate one another, because when we do that, as I said, that's how we're going to continue to move forward. And also to the younger girls, they shouldn't look down on themselves. There are so many opportunities out there, and that opportunity is not going to come to you just on a silver platter like that, but you need to go out there and seek for that opportunity and look for it, and you're going to achieve it.
Most times that Miss Malawi has been organized, it hasn't really been a platform for women empowerment per se. It has been about a beauty pageant. But as my colleague Godfrey had mentioned earlier, that we use the beauty pageant as an interview for women that are going to be advocates for women empowerment. So this event was a milestone for us to show the country that this is what we are about. To everyone that is watching, to understand that Miss Malawi is a platform to empower young people, to show young people that they can be more than what they are told at home and in the streets. I'll start with the cliche quote that says, when you educate a woman, you educate a nation. And that's a very valid quote that I think everyone will agree with me, that a home is built by a mother. And we have been, as women, we are mothers of the nation. We educate these girl children, we mentor them, we show them what they can be, and we're building the future of Malawi. So right now in this room we have doctors, who knows, perhaps we had the future president of Malawi in our midst today. And that's what Miss Malawi wants to be about, and that's how we're shaping the narrative. I like Miss Malawi, is not only led by women, but then there are also men that are actually advocating for women's rights, women empowerment in the country. Having an event like this and telling the girls that you are more than what you are told you are, that you are more than what you think you are. Most of the girls have broken dreams even while they are trying to walk those dreams. They already doubt themselves that they're not going to make it. And to empower them as women, to empower them as young girls, it's like planting the seed right now that will dismantle the gender barriers as we go forward. So we thought having this event, having strong women come in front here and talk to those girls would actually pave a way for a gender balanced society as we go forward. Happy International Women's Day to all women out there. Continue being the backbone of the nation. Continue being the going ahead of the young girls that are coming behind you. Just know that someone is watching. Whatever you're doing, whatever career you're into, whatever you do at home, know that there's a little girl that is watching you, and do it to the best of your abilities. And that's how we're going to change this country.
The sky is not the limit. As we heard the Vice President, it's very important for us to have mentors and to always dream big beyond what our society is presenting to us. So I just encourage all the young girls out there, as we're celebrating International Women's Day, that go out there, find a role model, dream big and become anything that you're envisioning yourself to be. We have heard so many different speakers today. We've heard people coming from the grassroots, going to the international levels, but always coming back to serve home. So that's one of the take-home messages today, that as much as we go out there, home is the best, and let's come back to serve the country. But we should remember that, the globe is there for us to have the platform. As a sexual reproductive health advocate, I would say that I think some of the biggest challenges that we have are early marriages and teenage pregnancies. So these are some of the issues that as policymakers we're advocating, but also thinking through these girls. We need to think about those dynamics that affect a girl child. I think it's beyond keeping the girl child in school by maybe having different policies on school fees reduction, but also going back to the home. What necessitates a girl child to go to school? We've got issues to do with sanitary, we've got food at home, we've got water, but we also have the distance to the different schools that are in the country. So I think this is a broader issue that we also need to look at beyond just the classroom. Like I said, global health looks beyond the bedside of the patient. So even as we're looking at the girl child, let's look beyond the classroom, but see what the girl needs outside the classroom that's going to sustain them to continue their education. Women empowerment is beyond the responsibility of the government. We need to come together, the private sector, the non-governmental organizations. We all need to come together to build our communities. But also, as we're doing this, it's important, like I said, I work in sexual reproductive health. So as we're empowering the girl child, it's also important that we should look at the male, because these girls are also not living in isolation. They're not in a vacuum, but they're also interacting with males. So we also need, as we're working on different empowerment programs, we should also look at the male figures that these girls are interacting with.